Hey, this is Michael J with This Old Car. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, fire up your V8s and, slide on your bell bottoms and get ready for the most groovy Chevy countdown you've ever seen. We're counting down the best-selling Chevys of the 1970s based on average annual U.S. sales. Without further ado, let's get on with the countdown. Coming in at number 10, the Chevrolet Corvette C3, America's midlife crisis machine. Average annual sales were about 40,000. The third-generation Corvette was the rolling embodiment of a midlife crisis. It looked like a spaceship, had a fiberglass body and a removable T-top that let your feathered hair blow in the breeze. Early in the decade, the LT1 engine pumped out a glorious 370 horsepower. But by 1975, new emission laws tamed the Vet to just 160 horsepower, meaning your neighbor's Nova might smoke you off the line. Still, it was the coolest car pulling into any roller rink, and the 1978 Silver Anniversary Edition with the fastback rear window, it cemented the C3 as an icon. At number 9, the Chevy El Camino. Average annual sales were 65,000. Half car, half truck, 100% confused, the El Camino was Chevy's version of a mullet. Business up front, party in the bed. Engines, they range from a meek 250 cubic inch six-cylinder to a raging 454 V8. The 1970 El Camino SS454, it could shred and haul lumber in a single trip, making it the ultimate do-it-all machine, as long as you could explain to your friends why you didn't just buy a pickup truck. At number 8, the Chevrolet Caprice Bel Air Biscayne, America's land yachts. Average annual sales combined were 150,000. Chevy's Big 3 full-size sedans were longer than your driveway and wider than your kitchen. The Caprice topped the luxury charts with options like power windows, velour interiors, and 8-track stereos. The Bel Air kept things a little traditional, while the Biscayne was the budget cruiser. Engines went from a trusty 250 cubic inch straight six to a mighty 454 V8. Parallel parking one of these was a test of patience, but you had the plushest ride on the block. Hey, really quick, just want to slip in here. We have a classic car poster store on eBay. If you're watching this video, you're a classic car buff. We know you are, and we know that we have your favorite classic car poster in our shop. Click the link in the description or in the comments section. At number 7, the Chevrolet Nova, the small car that could. Average annual sales were 175,000. In the early 1970s, the Nova was compact by American standards, though it's bigger than any modern SUVs. Options ranged from a thrifty inline six to a 350 V8 that could turn your Nova into a muscle car sleeper. While rumors that Nova meant no-go in Spanish caused marketing worries, Americans kept buying them by the thousands. If your high school parking lot didn't have at least 3 Novas, you were probably still in middle school. At number 6, the Chevy Camaro second generation, the stylish survivor. Average sales were 190,000. When the second-generation Camaro arrived in 1970, it looked sleek and European, ditching the first-gen's boxiness for a low-slung, aggressive stance. Early models of the 1970 Z28, it packed a 360 horsepower punch. But as the oil crisis hit, power dropped and insurance rates soared. By the mid-1970s, flashy stripes, spoilers, and T-tops kept sales strong, even when horsepower dipped below 200. It was the car that let you look fast even if your 0 to 60 time wasn't. At number 5, the Chevrolet C10 CK Cheyenne truck, America's workhorse. Average sales were 200,000. The Chevy CK trucks of the 1970s, including the Cheyenne trim, were the first pickups to prove a truck could be as comfy as a sedan. The new square body introduced in 1973 looked tough and modern, and features like power steering and air conditioning turned blue-collar work into a breeze. Engines ranged from a trusty 250 inline-6 to a 454 V8 for heavy haulers. Whether you were farming, building, or just cruising, the C10 was America's favorite tool on wheels. At number 4, the Chevy Monte Carlo. Long hood, big sails. Average annual sales were 250,000. The Monte Carlo was Chevy's answer to the personal luxury craze. Starting in 1970, it was a coupe with a hood so long you needed binoculars to see the end. By 1976, Chevy sold a record 411,000 Monte Carlos in 1 year. Standard power came from a 350 V8, but a 454 was available for people who needed to tow a boat or outrun their neighbor's Pontiac Grand Prix. Plush interiors, opera windows, and velour seats made every drive feel like a night at the disco. At number 3, the Chevy Chevel Malibu. Muscle to malaise. Average annual sales were 280,000. The Chevelle started the decade as the king of muscle with the legendary 1970 SS 454 making 450 horsepower and destroying tires coast to coast. By 1973, the Chevelle shifted to comfort, with the Malibu becoming the new top trim. Chevelles and Malibus got bigger, heavier, and softer, but Americans loved them. These cars were everywhere. Whether you wanted a street monster or a family cruiser, the Chevelle Malibu had your needs covered. At number 2, believe it or not, the Chevrolet Chevet. Gas saver extraordinaire. Average annual sales were 300,000 with a peak in the late 70s. Introduced in 1976, the Chevet was Chevy's response to skyrocketing gas prices. Measuring barely longer than a kitchen table, it was cheap to buy and sipped gas at over 30 miles per gallon. The base 1.4 liter or the 1.6 liter four-cylinder made around 53 horsepower, turning every ride into an exercise in patience. But with a price tag under $3,500, it became the best-selling car in America by 1979. Proof that Americans would give up horsepower for economy when forced.
See the USA.
Oh, that Indian chief was great.
Told us all the good places to go.
When we took the kids down to the Smokies.
Right after we got the new Impala, remember?
Coming in at number 1, it's the Chevrolet Impala, the king of sales. Average annual sales, 450,000. In 1970 alone, Chevy sold over 600,000 Impalas. By the end of the decade, the full-size Impala had become an icon of suburban driveways across America. The Impala was the ultimate American car of the 1970s, affordable, comfortable, and sold by the boatload. So there you have it, folks, the top 10 best-selling Chevys of the 1970s, ranked from the slowest seller to the king of sales charts. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Which 1970s Chevy do you wish you could take for a spin today? Leave the comments below. Hey, we want to thank all of the subscribers to This Old Car. And those who view our channel, we are slowly growing. We want to hit that 100K. Please help us. Just subscribe to the channel and help us reach that 100K. Hey, this is Michael J with This Old Car. We will catch you next time.